Absolutely insane. That's from my niece Christine. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the pets, they're eating the cats. They're not doing any of those things. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do in this crazy world? Welcome to iBashers on Thursday, everybody. I've had a very weird day and a half talking to a couple of people, reading everything I possibly could because it's your show. I just host it. I like to find out all the things that I can, and being the pet lover, animal lover that I am, people seem to gravitate to me to show me all the atrocities. And of course, I won't look at certain things because I just don't like it. Can't watch movies where animals get hurt, or these videos, these TikToks, these Instagrams, how that stuff is allowed, where it's put on, be it the dark web, any of that stuff. I don't like it. Not a fan. But we'll get into that. We'll talk all about that and more. Who's eating cats, cults, and brainwashing on iBashers? First one in the room today is Eazy-E, the legendary Eazy-E. 2 Magoo. You're 1 Magoo. I don't think you realized it, but you're number 1 in the room. Dave, I know I owe you a Basher of the Day. Just had a lot of crazy shit. I'll do it right after the show. And I'll get 2 birds with 1 stone. I'll do Eazy-E's and I will do Dave Fahrenheit 451. How is everybody in the room? Let's see who's here, and let's talk about all things Bashers. And let's go. Feline Gangs of New York starring Daniel Day Meowis. Yeah. I have this program now that it's kind of working for me, where I have to just use very little Photoshop to just incorporate myself into whatever scenes of the topic of the day. The topic of the day on the iBashers network. I just thought it was about time that we have a little bit of levity in times like these, after, in America especially, when we've got such an important election coming up. And I don't talk politics really on this show, but I'm open to talk about that debate a little bit. I thought it was just meh. I didn't agree with either side. I didn't think either of them were great. Everybody's like, it was a slam dunk for Kamala Harris, and it was a slam dunk for, I don't think it was a slam dunk for anybody. Nobody answered a single freaking question. Not one single question posed. If I was a moderator, I would have a stun button, and I would ask the question, and when they started to not answer the question, I would stop their mic and say, the question was, there should be deductions like -5, -10. Kevin Landon is in the room, number 4 again. Happy, but we're not here for that shit, are we? We're just here to be nice and enjoy each other's company, regardless of whatever walk of life we come from. But we do care about the cats, and we do want to clarify a couple things about that. Happy Thursday to all Bashers. No emergencies at work, so I will see it live today. Great to see you here, and I'm glad you have no emergencies at work. Best wishes to Miss Martin on her speed. I missed a call from her when I was doing some Rose stuff, so I owe her a call back. And Carolyn, we love you, and we hope you're convalescing in the way that you need to and relaxing. And she's a woman that has 50 hats on. She's a woman that is constantly helping other people, and now it is the time for people to help her in return. I hope she can accept that, because she's not that type of person. She's very bad at compliments. She's very bad at accepting help. She's constantly on the opposite end of the spectrum, trying to help everybody else. That's what a great person is. Melly C, good day, Dirk and all the Bashers. Congratulations, Easy. Isn't it great? Eazy-E's on there. Now, has Easy ever been, let me look at Basher of the Day. Has he ever got in there? You know, he never did. Because I have my little folder that's got all the Basher of the Day songs in it since we started it. And what was the first one? First Basher of the Day was July 25th. Andrew, Dave Fitzsimons, Dean, Franco, Ken again, Carolyn Martin. Gary and Susan got a commemorative one because they deserve it, because they're special, crazy people who are so quietly involved in this show. They write me and they PayPal me, and they do amazing things to support the things that we do on the iBashers. I mean, and their love of animals, and it's incredible. I love them. RP 1960, Dave Fahrenheit 451, Glenn Parker, Tesh, Ken, Dean, Lord H, Franco again, Rob, Melly C, Kevin Landon, Ray. That's right, Ray got in there. Who drank too much last night, as I can see from the chats. We'll talk about that. Selena and Ginge yesterday. So I've got Easy E in the pipeline, and for today, and Dave Fahrenheit 451. We're going to make sure we take care of that. Toot sweet. Andrew Wolkowicz is in with Canadian $5, as always, working till 5:30, but I'll catch the video. Everyone enjoy the show and upvote and subscribe. Please do so. It really helps out with the channel. I'm not one of those guys that goes, hit the bell and blah, blah, blah. And, I know everybody has a fancy way of doing it nowadays. They throw it on the screen, graphics and stuff like that. I just say, could you subscribe to the channel if you like being a part of a group of people that care about what you think, regardless of your socioeconomical, political, gender, and sexual proclivities? Doesn't matter. We're just people. We're just people on this rock. And you know what? Good things should happen for all good people. Bad people can go to hell. Dean, nice, easy. Everybody see it. This is what I love. You guys rally around. You rally around. Glenn Parker, good evening to one and all. Well done. Easy E, top of the pops, baby. That's a show from England, in case people don't know. Top of the Pops is like I don't know if it still exists. I don't know, but it was a big thing in the 80s and 90s where all the top acts and new acts in England would be on the show, and they'd have to lip sync, and a lot of the rock bands would make fun of it. But if you got on Top of the Pops, like Queen got on Top of the Pops and exploded. I think it was Killer Queen. Time Flies is here. Out of fucking hands. Yeah, it's crazy. I know. I have some articles, and I'll tell you about a conversation that I had yesterday that was extremely unsettling. I just don't know what to make of it. Sometimes, I don't know, man. I'll tell you about it. Ray, never drinking again. Serious. Yeah, you. Wearing my weekender, my Snoopy weekender. It's a hot day today. It's very humid. Perfect day for a strap like this and a watch like this. It's light and feel free, and it's as cute as hell. What's cuter than the Snoops? We love them. Glenn Parker says, until next time, Ray. Hilarious. It's true, right? Until next time, Ray. 12th on the 12th. Franco Fiore. Happy Thursday, Dirk and fellow bashers. Please don't forget to just hit the thumbs up. We got, the shows are getting bigger and better, and we have more attendance, and everybody's great. If everybody could just hit the little thumbs up button, the little upvote, because Americans don't know what upvote means. It's more of a European expression. They just go thumbs up. Daniel Gutierrez is in the house. Hey, Bastards, I've been trying to send our Basherdirk pics from Ireland, but they won't go through. Vacate coming to a close. Oh, I'm so sorry. Isn't that always the saddest? But I bet you're ready to go home. That's the way I feel when I go away. 10 days is like the maximum for me. 7 days is enough, but 10 is too much. But, it was usually because I had Laverne to come home to, or Dinga to come home, or Draglaukis and Murray and Clara and all the cats and dogs that I've had. I don't have one now, and so maybe I'll feel differently if I go on a holiday, which next year we're tentatively planning our reconnaissance mission to the beautiful country of Italia, to go scope out what we plan on doing, how we plan on doing it, where we plan on doing it, look around in the town that we're interested in. And so that'll be, I don't know, like I said, I'm not going to get, unless some homeless scamp comes into my purview, I'm not going to get another pet for now, because I can't, because I'm still thinking about my girl, and just not ready in any way. But unless the heavens opens up and says, this poor guy, this poor girl, I won't do it. But when I get to Italy, I definitely will. So Daniel, you can't send pictures at basherdirk@gmail.com. Everybody knows how to get a hold of me. It's basherdirk@gmail.com. Maybe if you sent them separately, are you trying to send them in a folder or a compressed way to do it? Here's a great thing for you to do if you're listening right now. Go to what is the name? WeTransfer. We, like we as in us. We, WeTransfer. Take all of your pictures and put them in a folder, and go on WeTransfer.com and it'll compress it, and you can send it to my email. That's what musicians do all over the world to send files to somebody who's recording in another country. What we do, or another state, or somebody that's not in your neighborhood. Like if I do, Jimmy sends me all the tracks for a new Hitman song or whatever, guitar idea, and I put it in he sends it to me via WeTransfer, and I open it up, and I have all the tracks. I can play it, send it back. WeTransfer.com. It's great if anybody knows how to. It's got a 2 gigabyte limit. 2 gigabytes? Yeah, 2 gigabytes, which should be more than enough. But basherdirk@gmail.com, and just put my email address in there, and I'll get it. I promise you. I always do. I always get it. Okay, where are we in the chats? Easy E is here. He says, hey, cheers all. Have a good bash. Ray must have a wee hangover to say that. Do you not have any Baraka in the house, Ray? You need to get some Baraka, because you know what that is. You're Irish. Everybody in Ireland knows it is. Angelo Minichello. Today's picture proves it. Dirk is the chief cat. No, I was calling that guy in the front. I was calling him Ralph. And the first guy, Ralphie, he's the head, the black and white guy, because, they're super smart. So he's the leader with the leather jacket on, and I'm just the human backup. Mart is here. Good day to Dirk and all watching. Upvote and support the show if you can. Great. If you don't want to, you don't want to. I heard from a guy, and this is great. And what is his name on the show? Let me look it up real quick, because I don't want to. Sometimes people don't want you to know their name, and that's fine. And his name is Drawbar on the show. And Drawbar sent me some pictures of his hideaway, which I think is really exciting, and I'm very happy to see that. Some people watch the show, some people just are, they watch the show, or they catch the show when they can, or they're in their car or stuff, and, don't interact with the thing. This is a very interactive show. It's not me just talking out to the world. Most of the stuff that you guys say gets heard on here. That's what makes the show tick. I learned that from the first month of being on here. Originally, I used to have shows planned out. Now I just have a loose topic, whatever, make a thumbnail, and let you guys go. It's your show. I just host it, and that is the moniker of the show. So please, if you can upvote, it'd be great. Daniel Gutierrez says, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? I don't care. I don't care. I care about a lot of things. I don't care about when people are kind. Be kind. Watched a great documentary last night. Last night and today, and it's called Telemarketing or telemarketers. And it's about these kind of listen, it's like the bottom drawer of humanity. These people who work in a call center, you've all gotten these messages. Hello, how you doing? This is Bob from the Police Benevolent Society. That's a tough word, benevolent. Hey, this is Johnny. I'm calling from the Federation of the Brotherhood of Firefighters. Hey, how you doing? I'm calling in regard to, you'll get these all the time. And now in America, I've never had an American person. Everybody's from either Bangladesh or wherever. They're always like, hello, this is Johnny. Hello. I'm like, yeah, hi, Johnny. Sure, you're Johnny. And they're like trying to tell me that, if I'm paying too much for my cable bill or whatever. Anyway, these guys, it starts out with these guys who are all getting high. Some guys have problems with smack. Some guys are on too much weed, drunks. They all have criminal records, and they're all working in these telemarketing offices where they're pitching to old people, infirmed people, veterans, widows, all kinds of people at risk of being bamboozled, which is, of course, why America should have a gun law. Because these are the worst people in the world, that they prey on these people that are absolutely they're lonely, they're on fixed incomes. It's an atrocity of the highest order. So this documentary, I highly recommend. It was on HBO. I don't know what it would be on in other countries. And I'm very glad for them that HBO is the company, because, they pay big dollars. It got nominated for an Emmy Award, which is the highest achievement in television. Unlike the Grammy Awards, they actually award these things to people who deserve it. We talked about the Grammy Awards, but it's really, really great. And it's a 3-part series, and you follow these people's lives as they try to connect with law enforcement, government legislators, and try to put an end to these people. And it turns out that the people that, man, this was the most embarrassing thing ever. The guys that ran this giant conglomerate of all these telemarketing centers were in a Christian rock band. They had a Christian rock band. They made all these videos that all the money that they received from these people on these calls went to them. And they had mansions, mega mansions, not like a big lake and two big houses and boats in between and bowling alleys and Rolls Royces and Ferraris. And these guys were living off of the other people's poverty. Somebody said, well, I didn't get my my assistance check until Tuesday. So Thursday, okay. Crazy stuff like that, which is just disgraceful. I highly recommend that show. It was really, really good. Check it out if you can. Hey, watch flares. All right, mates. All right, mates. Great to see you in the house. Easy E. Weird, because when I upvoted, it said I already did. So I thought someone got it. No, you're number one. Easy is number one. Nah, not competitive. You are definitely not competitive, even though I know what you do for a living, and that's very competitive. Just saying. And look who it is, the handsome guy with the big pipe. Hello, Bashers. I am calling for a nationwide ban on Chinese restaurants. It is true that they have been serving Kung Pao, Pussycat, and sweet and sour schnauzer for years. Upvote. Yeah, I don't eat Chinese food because I don't trust what's in it. I'm a strict vegetarian. I'm not a dick about it. I've caught like there used to be a Chinese restaurant on my street, and I like the taste of the cuisine, but maybe I'd go to Mr. Chow or something like that. But one day I caught this guy, and this is going to be controversial, but it's true. So I'm in there waiting for my food, and the guy doesn't see that I'm looking, and he's making my what did I used to order chow fun. So he's putting the shoots in there and blah blah blah. Just as he's making it, I see a bug go by, and he just grabs it and goes in the wok and starts sizzling it up. That was the end of it for me. It's not a racial thing. It is a cultural thing. I don't know about you, but I don't eat bugs. I'm a vegetarian. That's controversial. Hitesh C, happy Thursday, Bastardos. Please remember to upvote. Didn't expect me to say that, but it's totally true. And it was about 20 years ago. That place, by the way, went out of business. Why? Health violations. Oh boy, you know what? So, what do we got? We got some people. I got a couple of super chats. Let me talk to that, and then we'll talk about the conversation I had yesterday. It might make you insane. Shane McGee, €5 with your Panerai. Thank you so much for that. That's amazing. Let's give you super chat gong too. Thank you so much. And Jim Lassick, how are you, baby? You doing okay? So happy to be with all you live. We're so happy that you're here live. Let's all move to Italy, to the same little village, and drink wine and tell lies. Let's do that. Let's do that. You can have your motorcycle, and I'm going to get my Vespa and go, ciao, ciao, Giacomo, ciao. Miss you all. Cheers. We miss you too, and we hope that you're handling things in the best way that you can, because that's all we can do. It's all we can ask for, you know. We love you, man. We love you, Jimmy. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to give you something even better, something explosive, because you deserve it. Who cares what it says? It's the sentiment that counts. So you all know what happened. I'm sure it's all over the news about how Donald Trump said that they were eating cats and dogs in a town in Ohio. Now, of course, everybody went crazy. She laughed, because that sounds preposterous, right? No one would believe such a thing. Well, the truth of the matter is that it's not happening, but it did happen. And I did all the research that a person could do, not by going to my favorite news outlet, because I don't follow one news outlet. I look around, opinions, try to get sides, both points of view, because I am right in the middle. I think they're crazy, and I think that they're crazy. I think everybody's freaking crazy. Information is out there. You just have to find it. So this woman, she is the one that got arrested, and I'm going to show you who she is and what she did and what she's from. I'm not going to show you what she did, because I didn't want to see it either, and I will not look at it. I will not look at it in any way, shape, or form. So here's the story. Ohio woman arrested after eating a cat. Canton police released body cam footage from the incident. The Associated Press, which is something you should listen to because that is an unbiased news source, has reported that the woman, and her name is Alexis Farrell, she's not from Haiti. She's American. She's an American person, and she's insane. She's a crazy person. And they caught her. I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but she was charged with prohibitions concerning companion animal, cruelty to animals, disorderly conduct. And what she did was the police department released body cam footage Wednesday of a 27-year-old Alexis Farrell being arrested for allegedly eating a cat in Ohio. The incident happened on Friday, August 16th in the 1100 block of the 13th Street in Southeast Canton. After receiving multiple calls about the incident, police arrived at the scene and arrested her on animal cruelty charges. So here's the thing. It's the Associated Press. I don't think you guys need to see any more than that, so I'll get it off the screen because it's not fun. Anyway, this woman is crazy. She's not from Haiti. She's an American citizen, and she was born here. And she's insane, and I'm not going to tell you how she did it, but she did take a cat's life, and she started to eat it on a sidewalk, and she was arrested. And this is the thing that people have been running with and playing with, saying she's Haitian, and all the Haitians are eating the dogs and cats. And I spoke to somebody yesterday whom I know quite well. And let's just say that they are part of a greater conspiracy theorist group that is pretty famous at this time for a lot of crazy stuff. And I just kind of just say yes, yes, yes to everything now because I don't want to get into a thing about it because, I love this person. And that person thinks that I'm ignorant and stupid and I'm part of the sheep mentality because, I don't believe that John F. Kennedy Jr. is alive. And I don't believe that Donald Trump is some kind of, savior of the world. And I don't believe, all the conspiracy, the 9/11, all this junk. But she started sending me videos of things that I won't watch. Turns out it was another incident like the woman in Ohio, and it was a man and a little girl, and it was in Haiti. So I had said, I want to know, first of all, for the first video, I said, I want to know who this person is, where this was posted, how it was, I want to do a metadata dump and find out exactly how this was shot, where it was shot, who posted it, all that stuff, because this shouldn't even be on the internet. I remember many, many, many years ago during the whole Al-Qaeda crisis, sometime I was Googling something and I saw a picture of a little boy doing something really horrible to some man. And I couldn't believe that was a real thing. Turns out it was like some propaganda video that they sent out. It could have been CGI. I don't even know what it was. But I really believed it was true because I saw it. And it was the beginning of seeing those kinds of things. Anyway, so I got all these videos and I said, and of course, my friend did not answer any of my direct questions, as people who are extreme like that don't do. Cognitive ability and reasonable ability has gone out the window. And questions are never answered. Just, facts are just spewed at you. And I had been very upset about it all night. And I probably spent about 5 hours looking through all of this stuff to try to find out exactly what was going on here. And I'm very worried about that because, immigration's fucked up. It certainly is. It's totally a mess. We need to fix that. Wars all over the place. People being treated terribly, democracy at stake, all those things are absolutely true. But when people come up with crazy ideas that, and people run with it, and it's a really, really dangerous thing when people start to believe those things because they only get their information from one place or like places. Listen, if I spent my entire life getting opinions from people who kissed my ass or just had exactly the same opinion. I mean, did you ever see me and Asheen go at it on Friday nights? We disagree on a lot of stuff. Yet we've been friends for almost 30 years. We disagree on so much stuff. We agree on more things, thankfully, but that's true. You cannot have a productive conversation with somebody if it's just, yeah, that's right. That's when you become a mob. And then I was looking at this stuff and I was trying to figure out who to call, who to talk to, how I can help. And it was Very, very cool. This is a very cool website, and it's conspiracy theories and how to help families and friends who believe in them. And it gives you a little chart down here about how you do it. And it says conspiracy theories and how to help family members and friends who believe them. Listen, I'm not saying I'm immune to any of this stuff. When you hear something that's provocative, you generally react to it. I definitely do. I think everybody does. So, like, have you ever known anybody who was in a cult? A friend of mine who you all know, her brother got involved with one of the bigger cults and had to be deprogrammed, and that was a pretty big, scary thing for her and her family. I'm not going to say who or what or why or how, because that's her story to tell. It's not mine. And what we do when we have shows on the internet is to make sure that we keep our sources safe and our people protected, because you know what? People don't want their stories out there. I tell you all my crap because it's my show and I can do what I want. When other people do it, not so much. So anyway, conspiracy theories and how to help families and friends. What are conspiracy theories? Well, what are they? It's a very good question, because some people just don't, they laugh at it, even though they believe that there's aliens or stuff like that. There are no aliens. There've never been any aliens. We're never going to meet any aliens, period. All I do is watch theoretical space stuff and scientists and astronomers and astrophysicists. You know what? We're never going to meet anybody. We're going to blow ourselves up way before we ever get that. You got to look at it this way. And I digress. We've been sending out, we're very young, man. We've only been sending out signals for 100 years or so. If Alpha Centauri or any of those places, any of those closer stars had anybody there, we would have heard back. But they're out there for sure. They're definitely out there, but they're just not really close by. So explain that various events and situations are caused by powerful people manipulating things behind the scenes. Reject established and accepted narratives. That's a big thing. The status quo, shaking up the status quo. Why are conspiracy theories dangerous? Because they can sow division. We've all been there. They undermine trust in institutions. We all know that. They demonize marginalized groups. Hello. And be used to justify violence. Well, that's happened too. How do people get drawn into conspiracy theories? And I'm not trying to say, is this you? Because I followed this. I believed for many, many years that we never went to the moon. I thought, well, we really didn't have the technology to pull that off. We didn't really have it. I mean, slide rules, maybe, the computing power there, an Apple pen has more computing power, or a cheap, like a really shitty, sports watch. There's no reason why I have this. It's just somebody said, hey, you want this? I said, I don't know what it is. I'll look at it. It's like one of the crappiest kind of sports watches in the world. This has more computing power than the Apollo missions had. So I did. I believed it. I don't now, for lots of various reasons. I think we went to the moon. Need for knowledge, information, and certainty, and wanting explanations for when big events happen, because we don't normally get them. People speculate. You got to throw things to scientists. You got to find out if China did it. Need to feel safe and secure in one's worldview and not powerless or out of control. Now, this particular friend of mine is constantly, you can't have a conversation without those views coming out, constantly being thrown these issues about this stuff. I try to avoid it. As much as I can. But then, there's only so much sure nodding I can before stuff gets crazy. The need to feel good about themselves and the groups they belong to, including a sense of superiority and uniqueness, i.e. being in the know. I said to this particular friend, I said, why are you on the inside? Are you part of some kind of elite intelligentsia? Are you an agent? Why is it that you know all this stuff, yet I'm not privy to it? I mean, that's a very curious question. Why would I said, you're a civilian? And then they told me that, well, I'm not really a civilian. I have been trained, and these are people who've been recruited. And I'm not saying that this is everybody, but there's a bunch of people out there who go on the dark web and access these kind of what most people consider lunatic sites, and are coerced into thinking by lots of other people on these sites that they are now possessing knowledge, the powerful knowledge that the world doesn't have. And it's really crazy. And then here's the most important thing: what to do and not to do to help others. Learn more about the conspiracy theories. Man, I read about it all the time. Learn their claims and their origins. Don't try to convince people that they are wrong. I don't do that either. Lying or ignorant. Once you say ignorant, man, it's a big mistake. Encourage critical thinking by asking open-ended questions. Now, every time I ask an actual question, like at the debate, no one answers a question. Everybody avoids answering questions. What color are your eyes? They're blue. How tall are you? 5'8"-ish. How much do you weigh? 15 pounds too much. Try not to be dismissive, judgmental, or belittling, because listen, these people could be your friends, your neighbors, your family. They're people you care about. They're people you love, people who love animals. You don't want to hurt them. You just want to help them. Prioritize the person's health, safety, and well-being, and provide help if needed. And don't cut the person out of your life so you can be there for them. And I think that that's probably the smartest thing in the whole wide world. Don't cut people out of your life because they think differently than you. Try to understand why they think differently than you. And you know what? Regardless of the conspiracy crap or any of that junk, you know what? You know how many times I thought somebody's opinion was absolutely out of their mind, and then I realized I was wrong. That can happen too. Of course, I don't believe in the Haitians are all eating all the cats in Springfield, Ohio. First of all, you guys know me well enough by now. If these people are walking around and they see this woman with this cat and she's acting all weird, the first thing I would have done is either gone over and grabbed that cat, call the police, or if she started to do anything crazy, I would have knocked her out. And I'd say, officers, yes, I knocked her out because she was hurting this cat. That's just me. I would never go, oh my God, what is she doing? Is that what is she doing? Now, people stood around and watched this crazy woman who's not from Haiti. She's American. She's a crazy person. Anyway, that's my story. If you have anybody in your life that you think is going off the deep end due to any kind of thinking that just sounds afraid or crazy or unrealistic, or their behavior is, listen, we all have our left and right, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Those are all the valid. Everybody's opinion is valid. Take what you want from every side of the aisle. However, when there is a deep end that people can go off on both sides, is a crazy deep end, and it's a sad, dark thing to make you want to help them, try to figure out a way to dig them out. It's really, really important, because how can this end? I've been hearing about these events that are coming, and stock up on water. Let's smart anyway. Stock up on water, grains, supply. Smart. Who knows if Vladimir Putin or anybody who possesses nuclear weapons in the world. Benjamin Netanyahu's got nuclear weapons, and he's not a signatory either. They won't sign off on it. That's dirty. Israel should acknowledge the fact that they possess nuclear weapons, and they don't. Where do they get them? They got them from us. I personally think that probably the Russian nuclear weapons are probably rusty, like all the other crap that they have. It's all, Soviet era stuff. I don't know how much new stuff. He's just been putting his people into a meat grinder for the last 2 years. It's like the Pink Floyd The Wall, when you see all the people just walking into the meat grinder. How many people believed in that guy? How many people believed that Benjamin Netanyahu was working on? It was called the special operation. Special operation for what? Now, this friend of mine also believes that Zelensky is a threat to the world. What would make anybody think that former actor, comedian guy who everybody seems to really love is a threat? And then Putin's the hero? I don't know. Sorry. You can't sell me on that. But anyway, the moral to today's story is that you have to really be cautious when you deal with people who have gone off the deep end in their course of thinking. Listen, not everybody in the world's going to agree with you, and that's fine. You never know. Sometimes they might bring up a point, and you might have to think about it and do some research and go, hey, you know what? You were right. And believe it or not, she's right about a bunch of different things. Stock up on water, stock up on grains. Make sure you have flour in the house. Make sure you have ways for survival. I agree with a lot of that stuff. And then there's Ted Nugent. Let's take a deep breath. In, out. Christine Bichetti. You know who she is? Or Bichetti is the correct pronunciation. I apologize. Finally listening live. Love the show. By the way, that was her dog Vader at the top of the show. Upvote and subscribe. Send some pics late today. Okay, well, I'm good. I'll get to them all. I'm much happier looking at kitties and puppies and watches and cars and stuff. I'm still obsessed with that Cybertruck. What's wrong with me? I watched 800 videos on that thing. Oh man, the Cyber Beast. I want it. It needs a bigger battery though. I watched these guys go from the East Coast to the West Coast. It was very, very cool. And a couple of people on the show have told me that they've ordered one, which is very exciting. I want the first ride. Hit Teshi says, congratulations. Glenn Parker says, Ginge. Ray says, Dirk, check out The Beekeeper. Me thinks you be likey. The movie The Beekeeper or the Tori Amos album The Beekeeper? Very cool. Chinese food is made for the American palate. Even in my Chinese friends say oh, I know it's not real Chinese food. Of course it's not. Completely not. They don't have any of that stuff there. Of course they don't. I've met people who have gone to China and said the food was outrageous. Ray, Jim, we on it. Dirk did the lotto first. It's true. True. I did. I played the lotto. I still have it. I didn't check it yet because I'm afraid. Here's the lotto. Here's the iBashers lotto. I played $20 for that $800 million lotto thing because I want to fix. I would take this money and fix a lot of things. Fix a lot of things I want to fix. First thing I would do, and I said, is first of all, anybody who's in my general vicinity, I would bail them out of whatever their financial crap is because I don't want anybody. Because you know what? You know how much stress financial difficulty causes people who can't pay the rent, their mortgage, people who are experiencing divorces and medical bills and things like that. You know what? That's what this kind of money's for. It's not for Ferraris and it's not for that shit. However, because it's $800 million, so you probably, I would never take the lump sum. I would take I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't take it. I would say I'll do the stipend because you wind up getting like $600 million over 20 some odd years or whatever. And the tax implications are better and all that stuff. So I would just set up a bunch of funds. One would be, I have no interest in starting my own animal rescue thing. What I would do is I would pick the ones like the beautiful Rosanna Charuzzi on Roosevelt Island. I would instantly give her a mega cash infusion so she could operate in probably the manner that she really has been dreaming of. And St. Jude's Children's Hospital, because I think they do some of the greatest work in the entire history of the world. St. Jude's is no patient comes in there and ever has a bill, as it should be, like in Europe. But really incredible cancer research, treatment, stuff like that. The Shriners, those things. And then, of course, I would get that villa in Italy and invite all the bashers, and everybody would get their little box, and it would have their Grail watch in it. That's my lottery winnings for you. But listen, and then we talk about what we're going to do with the money. I put it in some kind of trust. Sure, I'd move to Italy and do all the stuff that I want to do, but I don't need that kind of money. Nobody needs that kind of money. It's crazy money. Nobody needs it. I don't need it. You need it? Who cares? I don't need it. I wouldn't even get a CK2915 unless I could get somebody at a really great price. I would feel guilty that I won the lottery unless I got all the charity stuff done first. But I would get everybody else whatever kind of Grail watch they would, or send money to their favorite charity. It's too much work to start your own charity, and I'm not that great at it. I buy up these buildings in 2 seconds flat, send them back to fuck you, Ville, and just make sure everybody's got a life to lead and nobody has any more stress. That's what money's for. That's what money should be used for. It shouldn't be used for anything else. Once there's some money left over, if you want that beautiful blouse or that beautiful truck, I'd get one of those Cyber Beasts. I kind of want it. And you know what I'd do then? I'd get a driver's license. I know how to drive. I just never had a driver's license. Patricia Cheek, Trump's playbook, make unsubstantiated statements that are designed to scare people about brown people entering our country and get him the attention he craves. Well, that has been the textbook ploy of so many people. Get people stirred up, stir the pot up, stir it up and make people scared. I have another neighbor another person I adore. And wow, you wouldn't believe some of the immigration shit I've heard. It's incredible. Listen, I've worked with so many undocumented workers from Mexico. I've worked in the restaurant business. I worked in a Mexican restaurant. And I will say the following. The stories that I have heard over beers after work from some of the female immigrants would break your heart into a million pieces. I can't even begin to tell you what I have heard, the horror stories about how crossing the border gets done and how it gets traded. And it's on both sides of the fence. Both sides of the fence. And who gives a shit what she thinks, right? Who gives a shit what that? Who gives a crap what she thinks? You know what? She said, I used to be a really beautiful girl. That's what she said to me. I used to be a really beautiful girl. Horrifying. Anyway, I personally, of course, think the immigration is completely fucked up in this country, and we need to find a better way to get people in and out of here the right way. But I would say the percentage of criminals coming in here is less than 1%. These are people that are fleeing their country for a better life, just like the immigrants and refugees from other countries. What happened to Aleppo? What happened in all these other countries? It's just unbelievable. No one leaves their country because they want to. They leave their country because they have to. And yes, then it becomes a burden in a lot of countries. I understand that. It's taxing on the financial system, on the socialism, all the benefits and things that people get. Sure it is. Of course it is. Can't we just be a world people and try to figure out how to help everybody? And it's not like fuck that guy. We can't say fuck that guy to everybody, because I have never worked with harder working people in my entire life. All the Mexican people I've ever met, none of them were criminals. They were amazing. They all had kids. They all were raising families. They all had to get the hell out of Dodge. I've never seen people work more shifts in my life. I had one guy and his wife. They were a couple. And I said, are you guys ever home? Why do you work every shift? They worked every shift that we had imaginable. It's not everyone. It's so easy to generalize and say these people are bad and those people are bad. It's not true. Some people are bad. There's plenty of bad. Look at all the white American kids that shoot up freaking schools. They're bad too. There's bad people everywhere. But for the most part, I refuse to believe that human beings are innately bad. I don't believe it, and I will never. I have faith in humanity, and I will continue to do so until somebody tries to take somebody in my family's life. And then you're fucked, brother. Look at the situation with me and the you know what's going on in my stuff. It's turned me into a person I don't want to be, and I refuse to be that person. Ray, I'm ready to roll, says Jim Lassick. I can't wait to get my Vespa and go riding with you one day. I don't smoke cigars or drink whiskey, but we'll figure out an alternative. Ray says, bag already packed, brother. Yeah, I can't wait to take you to that party where you all get to open up your watches and we kind of brainstorm about what we're going to do and make the world a better place. Shane McGee, so you've never nearly drove off the earth? Yeah, flat earthers. How about those people? Paul has this opinion that flat earthers don't believe it's true. They just do it to annoy everybody. I have an old buddy who was a flat earther, so I got him a jigsaw that was also a map of the world for his birthday. Dude, you just won the lottery for that. That's the world. It's a flat earth. Amazing. Oh, somebody in Texas won the mega. Well, God bless them. I know I'll never win the lottery, but God bless them. I hope they do the right. I hope they do the right thing with the money, and don't blow it on coke, New York State rarely wins. Rarely. That's why it's better to play New York State games. 8 million versus 3. Yeah, does it matter in the end? Does it matter? Because it's all in the same pot, right? It doesn't matter. Hey, Mimi. Happy People Thursday. Good to see you. She's number 43. Hey, that's great. Great to see you in that 43. Dean, oh, I just realized my Wi-Fi is on. Why doesn't? Oh, because I have to send pictures when I do my AI shit. Ray. Patricia, I don't see you in my chat window. Send Durkee a new pic of my new yellow hibiscus super close up for you a couple of days. We showed it. Yes, we did. We absolutely did. We did. We saw it. Where were you? You just weren't here. And Glenn Parker says, I can never understand why the U.S. political parties do these huge rallies to the converted around the country. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's and and Kamala Harris was doing her whistle stop like she was all in the back of the train, like I come from oh my god, it was just whatever. U.S. politics is totally crap. Anyway, I'm just going on and on and on and on and on. And you know what we have? Something more important. And you know what that is? That's the Gallery of Bastards.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots that sublime the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
Boom. Let's start off with Steve showing off his lovelies. I got a great email from him right after I ended the show. But look at you kids. Oh my God. Are you at the groomers? Oh my God. Isn't this much better? Isn't this a much better way to live our lives, to appreciate each other's dogs? And I don't mean in a culinary way. Look at you babies. Did you give me their names? I don't know if you did. I want to give you a shout out if you gave me their names. So let me go see if you gave me their names. Oh, it's Poppy and Holly. Oh, nice to meet you, Poppy and Holly. So excellent. So I'm not going to tell you who this is, but look at it. Look what one of you guys did. Uh-oh, Cyber Beasts. That's crazy. I'm not going to say who it is because they might not want me to tell you. But anyway, I thought that was very exciting. Very exciting. Then you've got Morgana. Oh, baby doll. It's great to see you. Cats make the world a better place. It's like Ralphie and the Ruffians. They're coming for you, man. If I ever saw anybody, and I have, it's happened to me in the past. I've seen anybody behave in an aggressive way towards an animal. Believe me, I let them know immediately that it's not going to happen. You're beautiful and you're a princess, and we all know it because Andrew treats you like a goddess that you are. We also, this year with myself and Ray and with Jimmy Lassick, have you ever seen? And you know what? I mean, Jimmy's like that guy is like Superman. He's the biggest, strongest, most muscly, masculine guy. Ray's a tough ass fisherman, and I'm the gay dude in New York. And we were reduced to cinders because of the love that we had for these beautiful animals that gave us so much. Nothing matters. None of that other shit matters. It doesn't matter. What matters is how you love, who you love. What is that great line? It's from The Wizard of Oz. And I'm going to get it. I'm going to paraphrase because I'm going to get it wrong. But I think The Wizard of Oz is probably the greatest movie ever made. And if you haven't ever seen it, you should see it. I think most people have. However, about 10 years ago, they came out with the 70th anniversary box set on Blu-ray. And of course, nobody does that anymore. But what they did was, and I'm going to show you really quick. So, not to bore you. So, it was filmed in Technicolor, and it was 1938. It was filmed. So, it was new technology. So, this was the film. Film stock was red, green, and blue. Right? So, this film went through the camera, filmed the scenes, and then when they develop it, they separate the red, green, and the blue, and then they develop it because it's film stock. And then to get the Technicolor, they would glue the three of them together like this and make copies. That's how it worked. So the 70th anniversary went and found the only safety that was left, because the original was lost in a big giant fire in a warehouse about 30 years ago, amongst so many other amazing, the sets from Gone with the Wind, classic MGM, all this junk. So they found the safety, and it was in Ted Turner's vault in Atlanta. And it was a pristine copy, but it was really old celluloid and glue. So what did they do? They used a solution, and they separated the red, they separated the green, and they separated the blue. And then they cleaned them. And then they scanned them at 4K. They did it at 8K. And this is 10 years ago. So this is state-of-the-art stuff. And then they put it back digitally. You cannot believe how that movie looks if you watch it again. Anyway, the line is, in the end, it is not, in the end, what's important is not how you loved, but how you were loved in return. And that is one of the greatest quotes. And I probably paraphrased it incorrectly, but in the end, all that matters is not how you loved, but how you were loved in return. Incredible. And that's true. So here is Drawbar. And Drawbar said to me, and he told me, I'm going to read this to you. This is cool. Can I read it to you? I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. Why shouldn't I? It's my show. I can do what I want. It's your show. I just host it. Where is that email? I just had it a second ago. Okay, let me find it. I just lost it because I hate Gmail. Here it is. Okay. Hey, Dirk, I'm a big fan of your feel good show. Oh, thanks. I wasn't so feel good today. I'm worried about my friend. I'm worried about my friend and their crazy shit. I generally just listen while doing other things, so never get into the whole chat aspect. Well, here you are. But when I have the opportunity to comment, I'll likely show up as Drawbar. Great to see you. My sub to your channel has now stabilized. Great to hear. Previously, I would have had to resub every day. I know that everybody had to do that, and I don't think you have to do that anymore, and I am grateful for that. You recently spoke about joining your friends at the Animal House in LA, and this is something we do at my place in the Laurentian Mountains in Quebec. A few times every summer, we call it the Engineers Summit Conference. I added a few pics. It's funny. I read this whole thing before, and I didn't read that last sentence, which now makes me wonder, because I sent him an email immediately because I know the Laurentian Mountains well by stories, because there was a recording studio in the Laurentian Mountains in a place called Morin Heights, Quebec, where it was a famous studio called Les Studio, and everybody in my age bracket, plus 10 minus plus 20 minus 10, were obsessed with and all dreamed to record there one day, because it's where Rush and the Police and all these great Eurythmics and Queensryche and all these amazing people did these records. So this is his beautiful getaway, and I told you guys I can't go to the LA thing because I have stuff planned that week. It's a shame. I would have liked to have gone. It would have been great. Though I've said an Animal House is not my it's not really my milieu. This looks great. Got some beers ready to go. Let me tell you about what he's got there. Does anybody know what that thing is? So I did my own solo show a couple of years back after my band had been broken up forever. I made this album, Life Is Now, and I did this show at this really cool place called The Foundry. And my boss, Jen, gave me two of those things. And basically what they are is you put ice in them, you hook up a keg, and the beer comes out ice freaking cold because it goes through these copper coils, so it instantly chills the beer. Incredible. Look at this. Oh, look at all the trucks. I want to go. Can I be your friend? I'm not an engineer. But what kind of an engineer? Are you guys architectural engineers, or are you recording engineers? Look at the boats. I wonder if that's the same thing that they were on. The boat that's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for that. And welcome, Drawbar. 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 Oh, that could be a hint. Wow, that's interesting. Mr. McKenzie. Ooh. Whoa. Oh, I always loved the green one. Oh, man. And I have to say, the 369, the double indices on those, the loom on that is so outrageous. Look at you go, Dino. Wow. That's amazing. Oh, wow. Look at that. Great macro shot, huh? Look at that. Look at this. Wow. So let me go see what the email says, just so I have this correct. Oh my God. He says the green pops in the sunshine. Oh man, does it ever. Did we ever see did you just get that? Forgive me for not knowing. From Easy E says supposedly Roger Federer's current collection is worth over $500,000. I'm sure it's worth more than $500,000. Nobody gets more Rolex than Roger. He's got a Le Mans. How much is that worth? This is Roger Federer's collection. It's crazy. He's got more than that. Believe me, he's got way more than that. Look at that. Your Hamilton. Look at that. Your khaki. That's beautiful. Yeah. No, I've got a bad memory. Okay. Look at a lot of watches, Dino. But that's a rarity, man. You never see that one. Everybody went for that stupid Tiffany blue one. If you have it, it's nice. It's not. I don't dislike it. It's just it's so stupid that everybody went nuts. I like the silver one and I like the green one because I love green, as you all know. Look at this beautiful bee. Thanks, Easy. And I do have a bad memory. I have a great memory for yesteryear. I don't have a great memory for like the 5 minutes ago. Oh, here's a little bit of Bronson doing Bronson-y stuff. Look at that. Are you a spoiled kitty or what? You know it. You absolutely know it. You know it. Look at that pad. Amazing. Oh, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You beautiful baby. Oh. I know you don't like to hear this, but everybody used to say to me, Laverne is so lucky, And she was, but I was luckier. And that's the way you got to frame that, Yeah, because she found a house that, where she was a princess. This is from, who is this from? It's from Ray Ray. It's a funny joke, and I'm going to read it to you. Ready? Here's the joke. Because, you can send me anything you want as long as it's not filthy. And it's not. It's just funny. And this could have been a Dear Dirk episode, but there would have been no punchline. This is, hi, John. I really need your advice on a serious problem. I have suspected for some time now that my wife has been cheating on me. The usual signs. If the phone rings, I answer, the caller hangs up. She goes out with the girls a lot. I try to stay awake to look out for her when she comes home, but I usually fall asleep. Anyway, last night about midnight, I hid behind the shed, behind the boat. And when she came home, she got out of someone's car, buttoning her blouse. Then she took her panties out of her purse and slipped them on. It was at that moment that I was crouched behind the boat, and I noticed that there was a hairline crack in the outboard engine in the mounting bracket. Is that something I can weld, or I need to replace the whole bracket? Well done, Ray Ray. Mimi says, you absolutely do not have a bad memory. If you have a bad memory, mine does not exist. That's what Jim Baki from Hitman says. I have a great memory for all things yesteryear, Meansies. But like literally, sometimes I can't remember Julia Roberts. Who's the girl? Oh, the girl from Friends. Like easy peasy, crazy shit like that. I can't remember that stuff. Ray, I would show the Top Gun thing, but I can't because I will get shut down. Mimi submitting, and it's so funny that you showed up right now because I'm about to show. Ready for this? You want to see some funny shit? This is himself and Mimi in probably 1987, I want to say. We are kids. And that's what I used to do. I used to wear tuxedo jackets and bow ties. And obviously I've got very long, shaggy hair. Very, very funny. And crazy stuff. My hair, I used to dye my hair red. When my hair is long, I that was just the look I always used to go for. Even when I did the long hair this time, just that was my look because I wanted to be Bruce Dickinson from Iron Man. That's me in the beautiful meme. And here's a picture of us. And this, I'll tell you where this is. And I'm not sure if this building still exists. That's a great shot. It's one of my favorites meme. This is us. And see, my pants are filthy. And the reason why my pants are filthy is because we are in the Brooklyn Navy Yards doing the. Do I have a copy of this? I do. Want to see this? This. Okay. Doing the Photoshop for this record. There's green on it, so it's going to be fucked up. But so I'll show you. That's amazing meme. Yeah, we're at the Brooklyn Navy Yards during the photo shoot because she was doing publicity and she was always helping out the band and stuff. And that's her and me on the set of the second record where we were doing this, all the photos for the record. This picture was shot on this session of this album. And this is the Brooklyn Navy Yards. I'm not sure if it still exists. If you want to see my funny solo picture, yeah, this is me. I was always trying to be super stylish. This is a metal band, by the way, and I'm wearing a 1940 suit and a fedora, and I have my crazy Prince hair. Anyway, me and my love you. Thanks for that. Anyway, this show? It's blue. Beavis Muckin. And Paul painted this album cover that you can't see. You can't see because there's green on it. Anyway, I think I've sent a couple of you. I have copies of that record if anybody wants them. It's a record I'm very, very proud of. Thanks, Meme. Here's from my niece, Christine. She says, I bought the cat a new chair. Ba-dum-bum. Isn't that always the case? That is the truth, dear ones. That is the truth. That is definitely the truth. What is this? That's a TikTok. I think I downloaded that already. Yeah, and Fergal. And Fergal McDermott. What you got going on? I don't know if this will sound. Let me see if this works. Because you sent me a video. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But for you, Fergal, anything. It is. Tell me if you hear sound. I was there. Sonograph. I hate stories like that. So I didn't realize it was a document. It was a very long documentary, but it was interesting that he's got a two-tone turnograph on a Jubilee. So yes, that's very heavy stuff from yesterday. Absolutely. Let's see. Let's get back to the chats. Flat Earthers. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, John Bon Jovi apparently talked a woman off of jumping off a bridge in Nashville. I watched the short video. I saw it too. Yeah, he's a cool dude. He was shooting a video on the bridge, which I find is very strange. 1953, my mom and her sisters worked in the Holland Marsh picking weeds by hand for less than 50 cents per hour. No complaints, and made great lives for themselves and their families. Immigrant song. Kevin Landon, to paraphrase the old album title, Dirk walks it like he talks it. A rare trait. This is, whatever. I'm very transparent about who I am. Woo is a great film. Wizard of Oz. I've always loved it. Such fantasy, and your mind can escape. So the recent colorized enhanced version. It's not a colorized enhanced version. It's not. Follow Yellow Brick Road. They've never colorized that film. Obviously the first, half hour of that movie is in black and white, and the very end of the movie, it is been completely remastered. They never colorized it. I'm obsessed with that movie, so I watch every. If anybody ever got their hands on that, they would never allow it. That film and Willy Wonka. That's another one that I have on Blu-ray. It's incredible. Toto from The Wizard of Oz was paid more than the Munchkins. That's definitely the truth. Amazing. What did you say? Easy cover girl breeze. Yeah, Shagalicious baby. Oh, you know what? Do I have it now? I got a text message. Oh crap. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. Shag Daddy Rocks, who you all know very well, my dearest friend Patrick, sent me a text message a while back, and it was during the day when I was getting inundated with text messages because of the bullshit that was going on here. It was a court day, and here it is. And I was like, oh crap. So here it is. I just don't want to be a shitty friend. And because I love you, man. He got a new watch. Look at that. Look what he got. Got a Breitling. Isn't that beautiful? Oh man. Can I blow this up? Can I blow it up? Look at that. Oh, that's gorgeous. Congratulations, buddy. I'm so sorry that I missed that the first time around. Yeah, I don't want to ever miss that. If you send me something and you don't see it, let me know. Let me know. I will. I will definitely do that. Great photo, Bucks Fizz, amazing. I look like Henry Cavill, yeah, except about a foot shorter. Dean says you could not get into that suit now. You need to lose 20 pounds. Sorry, 15 now. No, 30 easily. I was emaciated then because don't forget, I went from former fatty to super skinny. So I went from a 200-pound, 205-pound guy to a 120-pound guy. I was probably about $130 in that easy. Yeah. So no, that I was wearing a 36 regular. That's what that suit was. That suit was a 36 regular. So yeah, I wish 20. Visiting the 9/11 museum is so sad and humbling. What a devastating chapter. Yeah, sorry, I don't like to go there very often. And they also have a gift shop, which freaking infuriates me. And I walked up to them and I said, "Oh wow, a gift shop." I'm like, "Oh yeah, welcome." I'm like, do they have a gift shop at Auschwitz? No, because they don't. It's disgraceful. There should not be a gift shop. It's a cemetery. Congrats. That's a nice Brightling. Yeah. Easy wants to know if we could get Lauren as a guest. You know what, Easy? Why don't you and I go back to that store, film a segment for the show, and ask her if she'd be a guest on the show. Let's do that. Let's go. Let's do our follow up. Let's go have a coffee. Maybe we can get Carolyn Martin to join us on that thing. We'll go in there and talk to Lauren. Sit down in the beautiful Breitling boutique and get some shots. Why don't we do that? Okay. I think that's a great idea. I think first of all, she was incredibly knowledgeable. Breitling is lucky to have her. She's the manager of the flagship store in New York City. It was a great boutique, beautiful place to hang out and hear about the history of Breitling. And she couldn't be a better ambassador. Absolutely loved her. Let's do it. Let's do it indeed. I agree. Guys, that's the show for today. Thanks so much for tuning on in. Thanks to everybody who gave me a little bit of super chat love. Sorry about being a little heavy-handed with the stuff, but you know what? I have a friend who I worry about, and she probably worries about me because I'm ignorant to all the stuff that's going on. That's the way it works, when you don't agree with people who have extreme views. I don't have any extremism in me. I don't have that gene. I just don't have it. Some people have it, some people don't. I just don't have it. I'm just this middle of the road kind of guy that looks at your side, looks at my side, and I go, who cares? I don't know. Let's all spread love around the world. Let's all take care of our neighbors. Let's all be good people. And fuck all the bad people out there. There's so many bad people. And like I say at the end of every single solitary show, except for Sunday, because Sunday is hands off. Hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember, if you encounter unkindness or lunacy, remember that person's probably going through something. Give them enough rope. And when they prove themselves to be, in bad shape or wanting help, help them. If not, they're just a cunt.